All right. All right. Let's take a look at the stream info here, make sure that my internet's doing all right. Microphone's doing all right. Look like Spotify is pumping out audio. And I am back. This is the Democracy. I'm back on Twitch TV. I'm doing some Druid quad kiting today. And there's a very important reason why I'm quad kiting on my Druid. This Druid is level 42. He's about to hit 43. And as soon as I hit 44, I'm going to have a very perfect character to go and record YouTube footage. And I can take that footage and I can use it for background footage for my YouTube videos. And that's the whole reason why I'm out here quad kiting. Feeling pretty fortunate that way back in, let's see, 2014, I made little scribbles here on Project 1999 Blue. Alright, we're getting these guys grouped up here. And once they're nice and tight, like that, we can just run them back down. Get a safe distance away, and then zap them like such. It's honest work, and it's good experience. I would be out in Great Divide doing this. I was getting a lot better experience out there. Unfortunately, somebody is, or not somebody, a lot of somebodies is doing are doing the Great Divide Ring War quest. And as soon as they start that, the whole zone despawns and you don't get any spawns until they're done. So because of that, I had to go find somewhere new. So we'll just be out here doing these until they're done, and then we'll go back to Great Divide and finish up level 44. I tried doing the dwarves in Butcherblock. There's like 4 or 5 dwarves you can quad kite out there. They're not on the same faction as Caladim. But I noticed that the experience was not nearly as good. So we'll just be out here. This is safe and easy. Not really. So the draw to that camp is there's good money, but I don't need the money because you can teleport for money. Like somebody handed me 40 plat for teleporting him earlier. And I wasn't even trying to teleport, I just happened to be at the ring. Boom. So those guys are all done. I don't think they're really going to drop. I don't even know if I want to check the loot. Ring of Frost? Apparently I already have one. That's worth 4 gold, whatever. The downside to this is there's a lot of med time. So there's going to be a lot of periods where I'm sitting here doing this. And at that point, I tab over to old school RuneScape and do a little fishing. Yeah, that was the quad kite there. I don't know. So, dang, Great Divide was way better experience. Like, I only got maybe half a yellow there. Great Divide was giving me probably 3/4 of a yellow. That's alright. I set up something fancy here. Let me pull it up. So now I have the old zoom in. Ah, it crashed. I see. Let me pull it back up. Mm. Pin to start. I guess it doesn't like being pinned to the start. There we go. Now I can zoom in if I want to zoom in on things. I just hit that. If I want to focus things during the stream. So that's cool. I just have to be careful I don't accidentally turn it on or leave it on and then I'm playing and everybody that's watching is like, what the heck? Because they would get really confused if they saw this like and they didn't know. And there we go. I like that because it lets me kind of focus down things. I wish it had a border so that people could tell like where it started and stopped. Because it was a little bit hard on the eyes. I like it when you go to the like the wiki though. So if I flip over to the wiki and I want to like highlight this, that's going to be an issue with my keybind. So I have it on mouse 3 right now. Wonder if I could change that in Chrome. Not sure if that's something you can do. I've never understood that. Like in video games, they give you all kinds of ability to customize your hotkeys, but like Google Chrome, for example, there's no capability of customizing your hotkeys whatsoever. Got my big old mighty tall boy Nas out. I woke up at like 5 a.m. today, just ready to go. And I'm hoping today I get my artwork order from the artist that I commissioned, and then I can spend some time this afternoon setting up the stream with the new artwork. Okay, I'll stop. Probably 2 more quad kites and I'll be hitting 43. I'm only going to go to 44 for right now on the Druid, and then he can go out and about and record YouTube footage, and then I'll hop back on my Necromancer. But having this Druid is a good tool. And I'm amazed at how simplistic quad kiting is. Like, I forgot how easy this was. You only use 2 spells, really. Just run out, snare him. And you just need to have a nice open area like this. There's so many good places to do it, especially Velius. Velius zones are good. The problem with these guys is they're all starting to green out. This one's a blue. We want him. Alright, I got 2, 3. Where's the 4th? Okay, there's 4. Then you just start dragging them towards a center point like this. Just like that. Make copious use of the strafe keys. Actually getting a lot better at this. The first time I did it, it took me like 5 minutes to get them all grouped up. There we go. Now they're all tightly grouped. That's probably the worst part, is if you don't pause long enough before when you stop running, before you cast spells, you interrupt yourself. And it's like super annoying because sometimes you feel like you did it, and I don't know if it's lag or what, and the game goes, nah, you didn't pause long enough. Maybe it's the animation for the run with the wolf that's tripping me up. Run them all up here. This is a great area because there's really no danger. Like, there are some pathing aggro mobs, but they're green, so I don't even know if they would aggro me. There's also a staff that I can get that would give me like a clicky thunderstorm like that, and just be insane how fast you could level. Because you're not medding anymore, you're just clicking it. The only mana you need is for snare. Let's see, are they all dead? Sometimes you can't tell. You're basically power leveling yourself. Chill dagger. The dagger's so chill, bro. Words of detachment. And then I just run down here to this little peninsula and med. There's nothing paths over here. It's a really fast experience. There's just a lot of med time. Clarity would be super nice. You also need a lot of mana to do this. I feel like the gear that I have is just barely enough. Like, I've got a lot of whiz gear with mana. And it's like just enough from where I can actually do this. I need to look into this too. I've got 3 out of 4 of the rings for the Paw of Opola. I remember doing this quest a long time ago. Let's see. This is Ferric Spores. Apparently you turn that in for the silver ring, but I already have a silver ring. Trying to see. There we go. So I need the gold ring. Hmm. It drops from Gynok Moltor in. So do I just need to go? I guess need to go back to Befallen and I could camp him. And then that's Wiz 9, Agility 5, man, or Agility 9. I don't know, with this is Wiz 10. So I guess I don't really need to do it other than I could get it and sell it. How much does it sell for? 300? Shoot, I can make 320 minutes on uh if I was just sitting at commons and porting, so I don't know. This character is really just here to be my YouTube footage recorder, so I'm not even gonna worry about gearing him up. He's already decently geared. He's not like crazy twinked, but I have enough gear to quad kite. I don't go if you don't have enough mana to do this, if you don't have enough mana to be able to snare all 4 mobs and then nuke them all down, quad kiting is not viable. Because now you have all these mobs running at you and your bar is empty. And then I also pulled up my end parse, and now I can actually see my spell timers. Starting to get back in the rhythm here. I don't know what half this crap is. I've had this stuff in my backpacks forever. Bunch of rabbit meat, veggies, bone chips, of course. Fishing pole. Apparently, I was fishing. I can't remember what I was doing. If I was like trying to get the Pablo Pola done, and then I ended up doing Testament of Vanir instead. Or if somebody just gave me Testament of Vanir. I don't even remember. Actually, I do remember doing this. Yeah, it's no drops, so no one could have given it to me anyway. I wonder if there's higher level mobs here in Iceclad for me to quad kite. Mm, really looking for anything. Let's see, frost giants are 34 to 45. So, the hell is this? What? The hell is that? I don't know. We'll just stick with this. This is nice and easy. Really can't go wrong with it. Even if there's something out there that's a little bit faster, if it's even riskier, it's almost like, what's the better option? Probably just safer, that way you're not dying. Or really the constraint for me is mana. If I run out of mana, then the quad kite takes even longer. Because now you're like just trying to run and then regen, run, then regen. Yeah, these are all greens though. Sometimes I'll kind of sit in between running. That way I can get some mana regen. There we go. Pull them all in here. Pull them all in. Just look at them. They're like made of trash. Oh. Ooh, I'm glad that cougar didn't aggro. Yeah, with that thunderstorm staff, I could only imagine you could just do this non-stop. You'd only be limited by your snaring mana, which snare costs like no mana at all. They're so ugly. Like nasty little trash snowmen. It reminds me when I was a kid and we would go like outside after the snow was starting to melt. It wasn't, you were like in springtime where it wasn't quite like completely melted, but there was no fresh snow and the snow was all dirty and like brown and nasty. That should be it for them. Is that all of them? No. One more? Sometimes if they resist, or if they're different levels, then your cast won't get them all at the same time. Because they have like slightly more HP. They don't even really drop loot. I guess they drop the chill daggers. It's probably worthless. Skiff64, what's up? I'm doing what you've been doing, man. So this druid's level 42. And I wonder if this guy could clarity me. Wait. Wait. Yeah, I'm quadding the ugly snowman. He just totally ignored me. That's unfortunate. That's a missed opportunity. Be sweet to have clarity. Anyway, my druid's like a hair off of 43, and I'm gonna get him to 44 so he can do all of the teleports and the wolf form that gives you ultra vision. That dude was totally on autopilot. He just whispered me, he's like, "Where at?" I'm like, "Yes, I know you're." It's like I was just by you outside Tower of Frozen Shadow. There he is. Anyway, once I hit 44, that'll open it up so that I can teleport everywhere, and then at the same time get the ultra vision, and then that way if I want to record YouTube footage when it's nighttime, I'm not having to wait till it's daytime in the game. But that's the whole point, is this character is just going to be strictly for recording YouTube footage. Just about to hit 95% into 59. I was talking about you on stream, actually, last night during one of my Necro streams. Anyone want to try John Cena? Live server Zek PvP might make a Druid. So, John Cena, if you hit up my YouTube channel, well, actually, you're probably not a beginner. I was gonna say I'm about to publish a YouTube short probably today about which beginner classes are the best. Hint, hint. Druid is #1. Sneak preview. Spoiler alert. But yeah, Skiff, I was talking about you last night on stream. I was actually gonna hit you up and see how your Druid was doing. I figured you'd hit 60 now, but 95%. That's pretty good progress. How long do you think it's gonna take for you to go from 95 to 100%? And John Cena, I've really wanted to try that server for some reason. I don't know why. Like the Zek live server is probably the only retail server I would actually get. Oh, that or FV that I would actually get on. But I'm kind of in the same camp as Skiff. I'm not really big on retail. Although I don't know, maybe if I run out of stuff to do in P99, which would take forever, I might try it out. I just feel like on Zek as a basically a new player, because I'd be a noob to retail. Like I know a decent amount about this era of the game. I feel like I just get my butt kicked because I don't know enough about PvP or retail. You had to switch because of the ring war too, man? Me too. I was out there and I was doing the Kodiaks. Very nice player, and if you type /anon, you will be anonymous and no one can track you to come kill you. The issue is, I do this. I stream, and people like stream sniping. They want to kill you on your own stream. I learned this. You were doing the elites. But yeah, I don't doubt that there's good friendly players on there. Yeah, I popped onto red. I was gonna level on red and just kind of, cause red is perfect for me because there's no other players, and I like to solo. And so I was just gonna level my Necro on red, and then about 5 minutes into me kicking the stream off, all of a sudden a ranger popped up in the zone I was in where there was nobody else, and I'm like, yeah, he's watching me on stream, and he's trying to kill me. And I was like, I'm not down for that. People like to kill you on your own stream. If you guys want to see something funny, I'm gonna link it. So there's a guy on um, Classic Hardcore, and a paladin tried to here it is. A paladin. Okay, let me pause that so you don't have to listen to it. Basically, this guy went and got like every buff he could possibly get and spent all kinds of gold on consumables, and then he tried to go challenge this guy, Zico, to a death match. And on hardcore, the death matches are like to the actual literal death. So if you accept it, you either one person has to die, or if somebody runs, then they get a 3 in-game day, like 3 played time day debuff. And Zico wasn't able to see his buffs until after he had accepted the Mock Garage challenge and then realized this guy was like buffed to the gills, and he played it really well, and he got the guy to basically run out of bounds of the duel arena, and then he crowd controlled him so it caused the guy to get the 3-day debuff. But all that to go back to like, yeah, and the reason why I did it was because he wanted to kill Zico on his own stream. So definitely worth watching. That's a great video. That guy's like a pro level PvPer on his mage. He's pretty funny guy. I think most people watch him though because he's just so good. He did die. I can't remember. He died only a few days after that video. I think he died in the Stranglethorn Vale arena, but I could be wrong. Maybe one day I'll get back on my WoW Classic hardcore. I made a mage too. Mages are they're just fun. They're really really good classic hardcore character. All right, we got 4. If you ever want to try Zek though, hit me up on Instagram, Tim the Hooper. Level 77 mage on that must be on Zek. Mages are good in EQ. I'd be kind of curious what they added to mage in retail, because mages on P99 are pretty simple. That's why I have a level 28 mage on blue, but I won't play him too much. I don't like him because he's just mage gameplay is just a little too Pet nuke, heal a pet, summon a new pet. Ooh, I'm really close. That's too close to try to cast that. My girlfriend loves these like spell effects. She's she's such a child. Like, as I'm casting spells, she's just sitting there giggling because she's like, "Oh, it's like glitter." Updated a lot of AAs on live servers. Yeah, there's no AAs on this. This is technically is 2001 era EQ. Hang on, you're actually piquing my interest right now. That's not good. I've got too many projects going. I got too many sticks in the fire. Now I'm gonna like hop on live. I don't want to pay for it though. I'm already paying for WoW and RuneScape, and I don't want to deal with the free to play restrictions. I have like 2 or 3 live accounts. I was dual boxing a enchanter druid on Agnar at one point. Oh, they're close. They're close. Go. Yeah, I know it's free. I'd rather have the mercenary. What mercenary do you use? Can't you? Isn't your mercenary like a total? He's like totally gimped though. So I was just saying this on stream the other day. I got a flowing black silk sash on Agnar when it launched, and it was worth like, I don't know, 3, 4 chrono at the time, and I totally should have sold it for the chrono, but instead I was like, I'm gonna make a twink rogue, and I ended up putting it on like a level 2 rogue, and then I just never played the rogue. So I lost out on those chrono because it's not worth that anymore. Yeah, no journeyman mercs. That's what kind of deters me from not playing free to play. What kind of merc do you use on a mage? I imagine I would probably do a healer. That way your mana is freed up to nuke. You got loads of plat from someone I met. Yeah, I do appreciate that. Perhaps one day. One day I may do such a thing. I've always wanted to give EQ2 like a proper try as well. Like I've jumped on there, I've gotten to level, I don't know, 30, level 40, somewhere in there. I remember one time I made a character and I got him to like level 12, and I realized this thing was happening where every time I would cast a certain spell, the camera would jump down and then back up, and it drove me like absolutely crazy to the point where I had to re-roll the character, and it made me kind of think about the game as a whole being pretty janky. And I was like, and it just kind of killed it for me. Oof, I need to slow down on this NOS. I'm freaking zooming. You can buy stuff from Hazard on free, just not sell. Oh, bizarre. I see what you're saying. I mean, Sheet as a mage, you can probably just gear yourself up. I don't know. EQ retail is so weird. It's like a franking game at this point. There's so many. Like, when you get on there and you open up this, and there's like 18 tabs up here for systems, and some, like, none of them are explained. It's intimidating. Really, really missing that Great Divide. Great Divide was so much better for quad kiting. 15 kills to go. How long does it take? How long per kill? Ooh, I got 4 of them right here. I should be going for like blues only. There we go. They're all nice and tightly grouped though already. Look at that. That's nice. And you're not quad kiting, you're root rotting, right? I have to root rot these as only 2 mobs, 6-minute respawn, but mana regen is an issue. Yeah. What race did you roll for your druid? You have over 9,000 hit points. That's crazy. I wonder if there's a safer spot to med that's closer to these, so I'm not running all the way back down to that peninsula. Oh, cougar. I'm glad those are green. I think I interrupted myself on this cast. Nope. Pulled it off. The old root rot game. At first, when I first logged on this guy, I just did a little bit of root rotting, and then I was like, I'm pretty sure I can quad kite. I don't remember it being that hard. It's like 2 spells required. It's amazing how simple it is. I'm not even going to bother checking the loot. Skiff 64. Well, Wiki says, oh, there's guys right here. I wonder if I could just med like right here. 8,750 hit points, and they got pretty high MR. Halflings. That's what my guy is. I love the halfling. The whole thing. Cradle to grave, I love the halfling. I love the starting area. I love the aesthetics. A lot of people, well, people trash on gnomes. Hey, I'm gonna hop on Zek. in 10 minutes, so hit me up if you want to try it out. I'll make a druid if you do. Instagram at Tim the Hooper. Yeah, I'll check that out, man. And if you want to, drop me a follow on here too. And check out my YouTube. Keep watching though. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that. I need to start up Instagram for this channel. Appreciate that. Just don't think EQ and PvP. I don't think you said fit, like they don't fit together. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, John Cena. I used to play this pinball machine that was like John Cena. And if two or more people chose John Cena, it'd be like John Cena versus John Cena versus John Cena. No more Mortal Kombat. All right. Surprised I didn't level off that quad. Oh my gosh. There we go. Sometimes Spotify will just put some like super cheesy music on. And I'm just like, what is this? So where are you killing the with since Great Divide is sorry, wow, I've had too much caffeine. Where are you killing at right now because of the Great Divide deal? I done a parse in my log file the other day. Frost Giant Elites, the count was over 1,200. And that's 6 minutes, around 6 minutes per. Or are you killing two at a time? Quad and solo, mostly solo. I can't see him. Ah, these guys don't even hit that hard. The Kodiaks, they hit hard. Oh, wow. Okay, 64. Okay, I have 4. There we go. Now they're all snared. Just need to group them up here. Mana regen and finding 4, yeah. You do need like a uh, good spot, and then you need a good open area to run when you quad like this. And then with the new lighting changes, I don't know how old they are, but it definitely wasn't like this a few years ago. The lights, like, when it's dark, it's a total pain to do this, honestly. Like, I was trying to do Butcherblock, and it was so dark there, it was miserable. They're not static, so you have to avoid the trash. Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, I can't. So the Ultravision Wolf was the determining factor for me to decide the level today. So I hopped on earlier and I was like, I'm gonna go record some YouTube footage and make another YouTube short. And it was nighttime. And I was like, well, shoot. Now I gotta wait till daytime to record footage, which is stupid. Even though the day-night cycle is like 30 minutes, it's still like, I shouldn't have to do that. So then I was like, I'm 42. I looked it up. I'm like, do I have an Ultra Vision spell already? I don't. But I saw that it was 44, so I said, okay, I'm 42 and a half. I can hit 44 really fast by quad kiting. So I might as well do that, and then now I have a perfect character to go record videos. So that's what I'm doing. And there's 43. So one level to go. I don't know if 43 is going to be worth it doing it here. I don't think it's going to be worth it doing it here. Because I bet these are all, yeah, they're all green now. So, I'm going to met up and I'm going to head out to, shoot. I was going to say I'll go out to do the Yetis in Dreadlands. But Kunark mobs have so much hit points. I'm going to look up some areas to go. And if you have any suggestions, Skiff, I'll definitely take them. This says Ulthorks and Walruses in Eastern Wastes. Hmm. Let me look that up. Eastern Wastes. It's adjacent to Iceclad. And the Walruses, Ulthork Warriors are 33 to 35. Just Control F Walrus here. 31 to 38. I don't know why I would want to kill 31, level 31 mobs. Hmm. Certain levels you hit, you have to rethink. Where did I go at 44? So I'm 43. Spearox in Timorous Deep. I think I read that was like a 45. I mean, theoretically, I could stay here. It's just going to be slower. So that's kind of the dilemma I'm in. Stayed at Dwarves. For some reason, I just didn't like the Dwarf spot. One thing I do like is there's way less people on blue, so I'm not fighting over these spots. Green, you're like just in constant competition with everybody. My poor Necro last night on stream, I found a good spot to go, and then next thing you know, a bard goes running by with like every mob I could possibly kill in the entire zone, and I was like, dude, really? Really, dude? Oh, there's a third. Just need one more. There's one. I'm just wondering if some of these are gonna green completely out. 'Cause it'd be a shame to quad kite and only get experience for like 2. If I can, I try to stay in Antonica or Otis, but there's a point where you can't do that. Yeah, 'cause the mobs have way less hit points in Classic. Get them all grouped. Get them all nice and compact. Yeah, I might go out and check out Eastern Waste. I'm gonna see what this, is it hitting them all? Yeah, they're all tight. Look like one of them wasn't getting hit. Ah, cougar. So easy quad kiting. Did you ever get the staff? The thunderstorm staff? At one point I was debating on like, do I just port people and buy that staff and then I can level even faster? But seeing that I'm only going to 44, I decided it was faster to just do it regular. Hardly used, huh? I wonder why. Seemed like it was pretty good. Oh, I interrupted myself. Oh, that ain't gonna work. It's okay to finish a quad, but if I have enough mana, just kill a quad quicker. Oh yeah, well I think at some point it's not useful anymore. Or as useful. Let's see, this guy's got like no health. Yeah, I think the ideal level to get it is probably right where I'm at right now. Yeah, I barely got any experience from that quad. Like, if I stayed here, I would be... I got experience for all 4 of them, but if I stay here, I'm going to be doing this all day. So we're going to med. I'm going to look at how to get to Eastern Wastes. Looks like I just need to head southwest, and there's a bridge. And then it says to do invis whenever you get over the zone so that you don't get attacked. So we will do that. Oops. Can only clicky it at 46, so yeah, I guess I would have to get to 46 and then use it. Oh, it's a 10-second cast. Alright, it's starting to make more sense. I'm glad he popped in. Glad he gave me the heads up on that. I may not even take the time to get it. I mean, it's 5,500 plat on blue. I've got like a grand total of 300. I'm not sure. I think I bought a bunch of gear. You could probably make 5,500 plat porting in, I don't know, a day, but, or a couple days. I can borrow it if I want. Yeah, I might hit you up when I hit 46. I'm kind of not really planning on leveling this guy all the way up, so just a matter of hitting 44 and getting a little buffer so if I die it's not as big of a deal, and then I can go do Excuse me. Then I can go record my YouTube videos and relative safety and peace versus trying to get like a low level character to a high level place if I want to take some footage. This guy's a walking camera, a very fast walking camera. Just gonna levy myself so I don't have to swim. And we'll get over this pond here. Uh-oh. Camera got me. Oh, now I'm like stuck swimming. I think I'm still going wolf speed. Still on the hunt for a couple level 60 spells. What's your plans when you hit 60? Are you gonna go for the end game? Or are you gonna raid? Mask of Hunter. I'll have to look into that. What that is. Not interested in raids. Yeah, I don't know what druids do in raids. Just being perfectly honest about my experience with EQ and raiding, especially this era. I've raided on Agnar and POP era. Patch heal and circles. Oh, so you're just like a porter and a kind of a crappy buffer and healer. Yeah. Not as good as, yeah, that's the whole point of Druid is it's jack of all trades, master of none, right? Well, if Eastern Waste doesn't work out, I can come back here. There's plenty of giants. The resists are circle. Oh, is it like a buff? Skyless Raven, what's up? Welcome back. Never pet a burning dog. And we have Skiff64 in here this morning because it's not morning for him. It's UK time. I realized I was like, man, I haven't seen Skiff in quite a while, and then I was like, wait a minute, I haven't streamed in the morning in a while, but it's been mainly nighttime for me, so that's why I haven't seen him. I was actually gonna message you and see if you had hit 60. Where is the zone? Yeah, you're in the future, man. What's the future like? Are there flying cars? I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about like relativity and time travel and speed of light, traveling at the speed of light. And dude, that stuff's insane. Just like blows my mind to think about. This video I watched last night right before bed, they say there are, in just what we can see, just what we can visibly, not even visibly, what we can observe through radio telescopes or whatever, 200 trillion galaxies. Oh, I think that's it. That's a very intimidating bridge. 200 trillion galaxies, and in each galaxy, there's approximately 400 billion stars. That is nuts. Like, I can't even fathom a single trillion. 200 of those, and then each one has 400 billion stars, and then each of those stars could have how many planets orbiting it? It's nuts. It's insane out there, yeah. And that's just what we can see. And they put a picture up, and I don't know how accurate the picture was, but it was kind of like a cone. So like we can only see like out this way. So like where's the rest of it? And how many more galaxies are out there? But each galaxy is virtually it's impossible to reach between each galaxy with our technology. Like we can't like travel between galaxies. We can't even travel between stars. How freaking nuts is that? So like all these galaxies could be like their own little soap operas. Like maybe there's just a bunch of higher beings that are like, let's see what's going on in the Milky Way today. There must be other life out there. Yeah, I there has to be. Like there's no it's called the Fermi paradox. It's where it's like it's extremely probable. We just haven't. Oh my. What happened to my invis? Oh, I cast a spell. That's what happened to my invis. I'm such a noob. Yeah, the Fermi paradox. There's so many galaxies and planets and whatever, moons, anything. It's just so far away. And then there's all kinds of theories as to why. Like why have we not why is our life? Why have we not encountered anything? There's like the zoo hypothesis where it's like we're being observed. Other life knows that we're here, but it's observing us. It's not interacting. There's hypothesis that we're the first, which is probably, given the age of the universe and what we know about it, is pretty improbable, I think. I heard something interesting the other day where essentially they said that life is like inevitable because it increases the speed at which the universe distributes energy. So there's a concept in physics called entropy, where basically energy is never created or destroyed, it just changes forms. And so things go from like a high entropy state to a low entropy state. Or maybe it's vice versa. I'm not an expert on this. But basically, like the heat coming off the sun is incredibly intense at the sun, and then as it radiates out, it like radiates its energy into other things, and the heat essentially to our eyes dissipates, but the energy is just transferred to other things. With life, life increases the rate at which that happens, with the ultimate end being that eventually some scientists theorize that the universe will reach a complete steady state where all energy and matter has been evenly distributed. And there will be basically nothing interesting will happen from that point on. They call it the heat death. Coldane Cooks. Okay, I see where I'm at on the map. So essentially, the universe is going to get to a point where nothing will happen because all of the energy has been evenly distributed, all of the matter is evenly distributed. All of the black holes will have eventually dissipated. Because apparently, black holes dissipate. That's news to me. I thought they lasted forever. But I mean, that makes sense. Nothing technically lasts forever. And so some scientists hypothesize that life is just another way for the universe to speed up that process. Granted, that process is like incredibly slow. Like I think they say it takes like 10 to the 100 or something, or I don't even know how to fathom. Okay, here we go. Ulthorx. It takes an incredibly long time for that to happen. But eventually, I think it'll happen. And there will be no more. Well, these are all kind of greenish too. Where are the walruses? Walruses on the south side. I don't know. We could try these. I don't feel like running that far. Oh, there's walruses. Ideally, I want to pull 4 of a single type of mob. That way I don't have to deal with them dying at different rates. Just opened a beer, had to be done. Sunday used to be like, that was my day to just get schmammered. I'd start drinking at like 10, 11 in the morning. I don't do that anymore. I'm better now. I feel like these old orcs, they're just gonna be the same. Frost giants, they probably have a lot of health. There's a the orcs and the frost giants, they must be working together. Good for you, man. Once a week. There's no way I could do. That's why I don't drink. Oh, people are out here killing. Who's out here? Somebody's killing this one. Keeks. Ah, bards swarm here. I can't stand bards. That bard last night ruined my night. I was like, come on, bro. What a terrible like design for a game. Uh, okay, so I think we've identified the Ulthorc area in its entirety. I don't want to get too close to these guys if my invis drops. I'm not sure if they're KOS to wolves. It's kind of funny. You can be a druid in wolf form and run by enemies that or NPCs that would ordinarily be non KOS, and they see a wolf and they're like, "Die, wolf!" You're like, "Wait a minute, I'm a druid." They're like, "Don't care. You're done." Don't let bards hear me say that. I have a 45 bard and never swarm. Good for you. Socially responsible bard. Swarming is bad for the environment. Yeah, it just like ruined it for me. I was like out there finding I'm on solo self found, like life's hard enough. And then next thing you know, out of the blue, here comes Mr. Bardy Bard running by with his 40 enemy train, all of which I could kill, perfectly blue conned mobs. And there's like nothing to kill in my area. And on top of that, he's like not even killing them, so the placeholders aren't even spawning for me to get his scraps. Because I don't know what he was doing. He was like begging for sows, and he's like, "Can I get a sow?" I was like, "Nobody sow this guy." What are these rhinos? Maybe there's four of them. Wonder how much health they have. Woolly rhinos. Golly, they have a lot of health. Up to 4,000 health. That's what I don't want to do is start. Oh my gosh. Sorry for that. I don't want to start quad kiting something and then realize, yeah, like Ulthorcs only have 3,500. I don't want to start quad kiting rhinos and realize that I can't finish them. I remember the day a bard took my dragon waifu. Oh yeah, you're D&D. All right, here we go. We got Ulthorcs. We'll just do Ulthorcs. There's one. These are greens. Ugh. Two. Strafe. There's a blue. There's three. Two blues, two greens. Not the best, but whatever. And there's four. We just need to get them all nice and grouped here. You know what? The Druid is really fun. I know they're not the best grouping characters. They're not the best really at anything. Does that thing have an arrow sticking out of it? Or is that his weapon? These things are ugly as hell. Look at those tusks. Alright, there we go. I love this game. Oh, it didn't hit them all. Hmm. Might be a little sleep deprived because I finally got my call last night, just at 3 a.m. And then you got a message at 7 a.m. to do things. Make sure you're taking it easy. There is just something about classic EQ. I've talked about it on stream before. I can't put my finger on like why it is good. Because from like an observer's perspective, I could see taking a look at this and being like, what is this and why are you playing it? You're getting close. I don't really know, personally. Taking it easy so you're good to go. That's good. Just don't want to pull the Ulthorc over there. I think it's because things are generally not extremely accessible, but they're just accessible enough that it's enjoyable to figure it out and make it happen. Because like in WoW, for example, WoW is like really accessible. You start out with a nice big bag. You don't lose experience when you die. Uh-oh. You can solo, even as the worst solo class is still not nearly as bad as the worst solo class on EQ. So the game is like just EQ is like just enough accessible so like you can play it. But everything is just kind of you earn it. Everything you get, you earned. I'm watching my mana bar and I'm watching their health bar, and those two are not really synced up very well, and that's not good. Luckily, I have my end parse up, and I've got 6 minutes on snare, so if I have to, I can just run and med, run and med. That's where that staff comes in handy, right? For the Lumi staff. Speaking of WoW, I did not get that stupid mount yet. I still have a few more days. Yeah, don't give up. This year could be your year. Glad you got your call, though. I know you were worried about that. Yeah, these guys have a lot of health. I'm going to have to run and med. Run and med. I need Dial a Chanter. I need a Chanter to pop out here and clarity me. I wasn't worried I was being needy. Yeah, be careful with that. I've heard girls don't. They might not say anything, but they don't like it. Yep, I'm gonna have to med. That's alright. Probably have one more. When I get Plane of the Growth, I got you. Oh, does that do a mana regen? Shoot, you're almost there. When I get... Oh, sorry. It's okay. She does the same thing if I don't call. Nice. I didn't know that was a mana regen. I thought it was like a AC buff and a HP buff and an HP regen. Best buff in the game for casters? It's so funny how long I've played this game, and yet I still don't know so much about it. Let's see. Will I have the mana to cast when they get over here? I've got 3 minutes left on my snares. Okay, I've got one more cast in me. There's two down. I just have to run. 2 peas in a pod. Just told restraining orders are only so far. Ulthork meat. Yeah, that's cool. He dropped a platinum. So I think there's 2 up. Yeah, there's 2 up. I'm like just shy of the mana that I need to finish a quad on these guys. Like 1 more mana or 2 more casts. I see my meditate skill is going up. That's good. That helps very, very, very minorly. Point of the growth lasts 1 hour and 40 minutes. That's insane. That is good. I'm gonna have plenty of time to fish on old school RuneScape when this quad is up. I wonder if the ensnare keeps them from regenning. Or if they're regenning health as I'm regenning mana. One more cast? Maybe? I got 1 minute, 40 seconds left on my ensnare. Downloaded that the other day and done the tutorial, and I just don't get it. It's basically RuneScape started as an Ultima Online free-to-play clone and then morphed into sort of its own thing. So there was 2 games at that time that I know of. 3, but 1 is extremely unknown, and I beta tested it, and it was like, I don't think it ever launched. It was kind of cool. Like the developer was like, beta test my game. There was 2 games back then that were basically Ultima Online clones. Tibia and RuneScape. Oh my gosh. And yeah, you're right. It's a very click intensive game, and that's funny because like Ultima Online wasn't that click intensive. That I don't think it was. Wonder why my wolf does this walking animation when he sits. I don't want to fall off here. I gotta be careful. It's from just up the road to me where it was developed. Yeah, that's right. It is a UK. Jagex is a UK developer. It was like 2 brothers made it, and then they sold it. I tried RuneScape once. It was okay. I just didn't understand the joy of that kind of grinding. It's definitely like a second monitor game. A lot of people play it when they're playing other games. Finish him. Come on. Combust requires 110 mana. I don't have the mana to cast it. Actually, watching a UK streamer I follow. Oh yeah. I feel like to stream that game, you need to have a really um, well-developed account because it's not Like nobody's gonna want to watch me sit there and like do the same thing over and over for 4 hours. Like Skylos was saying, like that grind. No one's gonna watch that. So I feel like in order to really stream it, you need to have a developed like account where you're doing interesting things. Let's see. That wasn't bad experience. That was about half a yellow. Like here, let me see if I can window capture it. Where is it? Oh, it does not like window capture. Ah, there it is. So here I am in the barbarian area fishing. Oh yeah, it doesn't like the game capture either. Alright, whatever. I would just to have a chat so you don't get brain rot. Yeah. It's like I've been at that fishing spot. I had like 6,000 feathers. You use one feather per fishing attempt, and I'm down to 700 feathers, which means that I've fished like 5,300 times from this one spot. And I don't even, to be honest, I don't even know why I'm doing it. Like, it's not, fishing is not like the best skill. It's like something that when I read online, it said it was really efficient if you're going to eventually be a high level in a lot of skills because you get experience in multiple skills when you do that fishing. So I just do it on the side while I'm playing other games. I hope my fiber guy gets back to me today. I really want that artwork. It says it's going to be delivered today. We'll see. I think this guy's overseas. I think he's over in like Skiff's time zone, so oh, it says you should receive your delivery by October 22nd, 5:56 p.m. So that means that I'll be playing with that tonight and my girlfriend will get frustrated because I'm doing that instead of spending time with her. This is a perfect time for me to hit a bio real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. I was hoping to have more mana when I came back. Not good, you should spend time with them all the time. I'm a 50-50 kind of person. Could have my own goals, my own things. Gotta have the things that make me me. Really need to stop drinking these energy drinks. Not good for me. I guess it beats drinking a 12 pack on a Sunday. Yeah, still so about 10% into 43. When I hit 44, let's see. Let's bring that up since we got nothing else to talk about. You see it? Okay. Let's see if the magic window works. Should be seeing a zoom effect now. So the form of the great wolf is what I'm really after here. That's 60% increased movement speed and ultra vision. And then the circle of Cobalt Scar and the circle of Awakening Lands. Those are the good teleports that I need. You have a 44 enchanter that could drop C on me? Dude. Dude. That C would be clutch. Yeah, the zoom works. Works pretty good. So I can point out things. Look at that tree. Check out my spells. I don't know why it took me like 2 months of streaming to finally set that back up. It was something I used to have. I love that class, to be honest. I had a whole lot playing her. I love Enchanter. This stream was originally an Enchanter stream. Like my channel points is a little like has a little clarity icon. I should enable that again. We're gonna have new channel points, I think. Let's see, channel points enabled. I call them Chanter points. I don't know what are the rewards. Okay, background music, suggest a poll, guide the raid. Those are fine. Oh yeah, Steam key giveaway. I'm totally down to do that. I have a ton of Steam keys. They're not all good. Some of them are good. Oh, that's Skiff. Okay, I was like, who added me to friends? I should probably put up my should probably put this up though, so 4chan degenerates can't get me banned from Twitch if they start talking about feet pics or whatever. Boink. There we go. Yeah, 44, you're in prime time for Grob, my friend. And on blue, I don't know, Grob might still be camped on blue. Yeah, there's a 50 enchanter there right now. You can get into Grob, I think 44, maybe 45. You make so much money, and it's decent experience too. It's a little bit hard. You got to be on your stuff. You got to be good. You got to be good at what you do. But if you can pull it off, once you get through the learning curve, highly recommend if you go to Grob, you bind yourself in a safe spot, like right outside of Grob's zone line, because you're probably gonna die at least once, getting used to uh, the Grob life. Look at that walrus over there. Chunky walrus. Let's see. Does it zoom? Yeah, it's a little bit of a zoom. It needs to be more. What's a reverse charm? That walrus is my spirit animal for the day. That sounds like something my girlfriend would say. I got up at like 5 a.m., cooked some eggs, took a shower, folded some laundry, submitted an assignment at my school. So like I'm feeling good. Like I've got a lot done. I guess I don't understand the difference between a reverse charm and a regular charm. So what I would do is I would charm one Grob Guard, have him fight another. When they're both almost dead, invis myself, nuke them both, then move on and get two more. But you never leave one up. You always get the experience from both. Versus having like one pet and then fighting for the experience. My girlfriend is more on social trends in America than I am. Then again, I only watch TikTok for the jokes. Yeah, that one you sent me, I won't repeat it on stream, but that one you sent me last night was pretty funny. Yeah, you can do the same on Druid with Animal Charming. That's how I leveled Scribbles here at level 20, whatever, 21, I think, was Eastern Karana. You can charm and kill enemies out there, spiders and wolves. That was my first exposure to charming, and I think I did it in Everfrost, Woolly Mammoth Land. And that was the time I was streaming. This was like 2015. This was 2015 Twitch in a nutshell. I'm just streaming me like casually killing woolly mammoths, not even doing anything crazy. And all of a sudden I look up and I had like 55 viewers and I was like, "What?" And all it was my stream, some other streamer had turned his stream off and my stream was literally the only EverQuest stream up. Those were the good old days. If I'd have gotten more into streaming then, I'd have had like a whole thing by now. It's all good though. I'm here for the friend. I'm here for Skiff 64 and Skyless, Judge Thunder. That's why I'm here. Also sent that one to her and we had a lengthy discussion. What's going on here? Are they quad kiting? What's going on? It looks like they're quad kiting. Yeah. Alright. Should we go check out the southern walrus? Just pulling it up on the wiki so I can see where I'm going. What's the name of this zone? Eastern Waste. I've like never been here. I don't know. We got two up. We got three up. All right, we'll do that. We got mobs to kill here. So kill we shall. There's one. There's 2, 3. Hopefully that rhino doesn't aggro. There's 4. Oh shoot. This one's still fast. He's a hunter and he sees a wolf. Did people hunt wolves? I'm sure they did. Oh yeah, they did for their fur. There's your spirit animal. Through the middle. Charge the gap. Group up. This is what being a kindergarten teacher must feel like. Except you're not electrocuting your students. Come on, everybody. Form a nice little group. All right. I have nothing relevant to add, so I'm quiet. That's fine. It's a day of rest. Hopefully I can get a little medding in between running to try to offset some of the mana costs. On the ranch. Oh boy. Are you a rancher? Are there a lot of ranches in the UK? There's a lot of ranches in the States. Admittedly, I don't know as much about the UK as I probably should. Yeah, I didn't figure agriculture is probably not the biggest out there just because of the space. There's just not a lot of space out there. Let's see, the hunter's looking like he'll go down. Oh, you do have a lot of agriculture, okay. Just not horses. There's a lot of horses where I'm at. I'm in Arizona. It's very much a horse culture. The whole Southwest. It's got that Wild West feel. Most of the country is green space. That just makes me think of the 1984, the novel where they go out to the countryside to do their illicit deeds. I saw one of them not move. Maybe he resisted. That's not good. Think of the Shire. I love to think of the Shire. That's New Zealand, though. The Shire's in New Zealand. I get it though. I get what you're saying. That's awesome. That makes me want to play Lotro. Oh, Lord of the Rings Online. I played that yesterday. I love that game. Played it off stream while I was waiting on my girlfriend to get off. Or I think she was taking a nap. All right, one more cast is gonna kill that hunter. Oh no, a fizzle. Fizzles eat mana. Yeah, I know Tolkien's English. I meant for the in the movies they filmed the Shire in the Shire was the in New Zealand where they actually set the did the filming. Tolkien was in the Battle of the Somme, which is crazy. I watch a lot about that. He uh he also based a lot of his works on stories that he would tell his kids. Like Tom Bombadil was a recurring character in his bedtime stories. And another fun fact is he had built the entire world and lore for the Lord of the Rings before he actually wrote the story Lord of the Rings. So basically, he had constructed a world, and then he wrote The Hobbit, and it was so popular that the publisher and people, fans, were like, dude, you gotta write more. And so he then wrote Lord of the Rings. So basically, he built a world and then he wrote a story in it. He didn't write a story and put the world into the story. He built the world and then drew the story out of the world. I get really excited when I can you tell I'm like super excited? It's so insane that like the way that the dedication to like create an entire world and then be like somebody's like we need more of this and he's like okay, I guess I'll pull like some of that out of there and write like a movie basically or a book about it. I watched a story the other day about Kipling and how he lost his son in the Great War. And they never found his body or where he was buried until 75 years. Was he buried in a grave or was he like out in a field somewhere? I've heard that World War One, like There's still like unexploded munitions. There's still body parts that just never got buried properly. I don't know. World War One is like insane to me. Yes, but because he never had his identity tag on him. That's crazy. So he never knew. Can you imagine? That's so sad. Oh, that's kind of like the Russian, the last czar, and his family. I guess like the Bolsheviks had him killed, and everybody knew they were killed, but nobody knew where they were at. And then in like 2005, they finally figured it out, and they went out to some like grave in Siberia and found him. They tracked it from records. Well, good on them for figuring it out. Yeah, they had to actually use DNA from the British royal family to identify the Tsar and his family because they're all related. Like it's so gross. All those royals are like related to the point where they have like actual genetic issues. Sorry, Skiff. I know that's like your those are your people. I'll try not to be too vocal about it. That's your royal family. I forgot you're from the UK and I'm over here like trashing on them. I have a good friend that's from the UK and I trashed on the royal family in front of him and never again. He got like he got pretty offended. Not like he wasn't like yelling at me, but he was like, they do a lot for this. They do a lot of charity and I instantly fell back because he's a good friend. He's a very kind person. So old Thorkai, we'll grab it just to see what it's for. We got a lot of med time to sit here and mess with inventory and look at things on the wiki. So let's see. Hopefully this is a safe spot to park. I'm gonna park our little wolf behind here. Back then, throughout the whole Royals, and yeah, it was bad. The bit is it Bitburgers? Bitburgs? I don't know. There's one family that was like just super jacked. Let's pull up the wiki here. So we got Ulthork High that we want to find out if there's any use for. Sells for 2 plat. That's the use for that. And what else did I get? I think that was it. Faded Faded Solil's Red. I think that's Chanter loot. And oh no, it's got to be used for something. People are selling it. Although it hasn't been sold since 2021, so who knows. All right, and then I got Ulthork Hide arms. Huh. Those have Dex and Whiz. What are my arms? Wolfhide sleeves. Dude. Dude. I got an upgrade. That's awesome. Cuz my sleeves had let's just put these side by side here. And then we can do this. There we go. Zoom in on them. So on the left is my old sleeves. They were AC5, Strength 2, Charisma 2. The Charisma was minorly beneficial for Charming way back when I actually did that. Oh, whoops. I have two. And then there's the Ulthork Hide sleeves. AC8, so I got more AC. And then the Dex, which does improve your cast speed, minorly. And then the Whiz, which gives me more mana. That's awesome. You don't just expect to get like a random upgrade when you're out here doing stuff like this. That was a classic EQ moment if I've ever seen one. Just out killing random mobs. And now I'm sitting about 20% towards level 44. Super excited to hit 44. Hitting 44 is going to be perfect for this character because I'm going to get my circle spells. I'll get the final two teleports, excuse me. Final two teleports that I need so I could become a fully well-rounded porter because I'm in the Dial-a-Port guild. If you look there, I just have it turned off because I don't want people asking me to port while I'm out here quad kiting. And then at 44, I also get the, like Skiff said earlier, the wolf spell with the ultra vision. So when it gets dark, like it is right now, or as it gets darker here, and I'm trying to kill things, or in this case, record YouTube video footage, it won't be like I have to wait till daytime to go record footage. That's cool. I got to upgrade. I wish it would show on green. It doesn't show your mana, your actual mana pool. So I don't know how much mana that got me. And I would show it on stream, but I'm fishing on old school RuneScape over here while I wait. While I meditate. And I think that's why my computer's being it's not lagging, but you can tell there's points where it's kind of like, ugh. I think it's because it's just got a lot going on. I should use Duxa. I've never heard of this. Duxa. What? Duxa is a protein coding gene. Diseases associated with Duxa include corneal dystrophy, posterior polymorphus. That sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Oh, Dux UI. Look at this. Posterior polymorphous. That sounds like something like you'd hear on Harry Potter. And I can't even say this one. Fascioscapulohumeral, and then it's so long that Google cuts it off. I'll have to look into that, Dux UI. That's probably the UI that I see other streamers and YouTubers using. Is it legal? Are you able to do it? Because like it hasn't happened yet since I started streaming again, but there were times where the Twitch, or not Twitch, Project 1999 GMs would come to my stream and they would show up and they were like uh, polymorphed to a unicorn. And the unicorn model is hilarious because it's like peeing rainbows. You have the old one in game now in the load UI, and they're all legit. Yeah, Skyless, you gotta eat. You gotta take care of your body. Let's see. Load UI skin. I've got default, old. I think I'm using the Velius load skin. Oh, yeah, I remember this. It gave me an error message though. Your XML files are not compatible with current EverQuest files. Certain windows may not perform correctly. That's probably a normal error though because of P99. Yeah, I kind of like it. This is the default? Okay, try old. Oh yeah, you get the actual overlay that tells you your mana. Load skin. Ooh, that's fancy. The new spell icons kind of tripping me up though. Oh my gosh, what are these spell icons? I'm gonna be looking for my spells for a while. They're so like HD. Look at that arm. Look at that. He's ripped. It looks almost anatomically like incorrect though, like the muscles just look out of place. Icons are a bit rough. Yeah, I wish I could use this. Cause like here, greater wolf form is a big X. Everything else looks fantastic. I think I could get around it. I don't know why greater wolf form is an X. And then levitate is a wolf. Look at that. Pack regeneration is yeah, they're like way off because like look at share wolf form is an eye with a skull, and pack regeneration is a hand with a skull. Like that's the opposite of regeneration. I have a version where you can copy the spell gems from default. I want to use it because it's like pretty styling. We're gonna go to this guy. We're gonna go with this one. Move that over. Oh wait, it's not big enough. Get bigger, Kinos. There we go. Bring this back up. Check out Duxa UI for sure. That's something I can do off stream. Oh, do I get the blues? That's how you do that. I just thought it was like green. You didn't get the blue. You just don't get the blue bars because it's green and it's hashtag green things. Oh, but we're on blue. What am I thinking? Can I get a UI that makes it not so damn dark all the time? I know that's not a thing. I know you can't do that. Look at my wolf looking at the moon. Or was he was stretching maybe. There's a link on the P99 forum somewhere. Oh. Tomorrow is leg day. I was bad this week. I didn't work out nearly as much as I should have. I would get off work and just be like, I'm just tired. I have to listen to my body, but I also have to stay motivated. Well, that's good. And now I'm at 80. I can see I'm at 80% mana. Move these guys around a little bit. Tell you what, one of the best things that was ever suggested to me was remapping your spells to your 1 through 8 keys. And you could probably get a little bit more fancy. Like I could do like Q, E, R, F like I do on WoW. On WoW, all my hotbars are like Q, E, R, F, G, H, V, B. All the things that are like right around your hand as you're controlling your character. Oh, I'm not sitting. I was like, why is my mana not going up? Whoops. There we go. Let's lock all these down. Oh no. Lock you, lock you, lock you, move you, lock. I only use one to swap spells out with the GCD. What is the GCD item for druids? I need that. Theoretically, I need that. I'm probably not going to get it. My G key on my enchanter, the G key or the F key, no, it's G, is the GCD item. And yeah, you can like quick mem. Uh, this is a good tip for anybody watching. If you need to quick mem, you just grab the spell gem and then you push the hotkey, and it will quick mem it. So you don't have to pick it up. Whoops. Be careful, I'll forget the spell. Somebody out here quad kiting now. I saw a wolf go by. Yes. This game. I'm such a grouchy old man. Get off my lawn. These are my Ulthorcs. Anyway, you can quick mem. You just pick it up, push 1, or whatever your hotkey is for your spells, and then it will memorize it. Jeez. I wonder if Great Divide is still... Star of Eyes. I wonder if I can head back to GD. GD is kind of risky, but I'd rather... I can lock that camp down and be like, hey, this is camped. Versus out here, you can't say this is camped. Star of Eyes is a quest. Next time I have a 10-minute med time, we can look that up. So I noticed that it says wizard only. Is it something where you like click it from your inventory and you just can't wear it? Shrunken you have to farm from the gobs. That's you talking about the Grim Aura earring that you get from Graknus down in shoot. My wolf form fell off. I forget about that. I wonder if that one would work for my Necro. That Shrunken Goblin earring. Let's go. Because if that works for my Necro, I'm definitely going to farm that. Graknus is, I think, level 29. Use on all your casters. Awesome. Thank you. I hear footsteps. It's that worm. It's coming to get you. Can you guys hear the music? Is the music coming through? Or am I over here bobbing my head to nothing? And you guys are like, what's he doing? It's been a little while since I've done like an audio test. Yeah, if I could get that on my Necro around level 30, that'd be perfect. Let's see, I think this is the first Kodiak cave. Something's stomping around here. No, that's the... I think Coldane are in there. So this area is a little bit more risky. Alright, that's the first cave. There's the second cave there. Farm 3, I think, for Druid, Cleric, and Shaman. I get to go farm that right now on this guy, on the Druid. That's awesome. Thank you. I will take any tips I can get. I'm not too proud. I'm not a EverQuest expert, despite having played this game way too much. There's just so much to learn. We also play the game a lot differently than we used to in 2000, 1999, whatever. I highly doubt very many people knew about GCD reset items back then. Maybe they did. My experience in EverQuest back then was like, I'm gonna go to Karana. I'm gonna die to enemies pathing out of fog because my video card is half the required video card for this game. I was pretty noobish. So this is scary. This cave is scary because I run in and I basically commit to getting beat on, and then I run out. So I actually need regen. Because I do take damage. I'm just gonna put this back on the bar for now. I also need every bit of mana I can get because usually I'm running and medding. But I think these have less health than the Ulthorcs. So I'm glad the Ring War's over. I'm glad I'm out here in GD again. And for you too, Skiff. There are enemies up in GD as you're seeing, so maybe I'll be in zone when you hit 60. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be kind of coming full circle because you've been watching me since I started streaming again. Shoot, I was like level 4. Like level 4 Necro out there in Field of Bone. Wonder how Quorm's doing. Okay. Might hang at these statics now. Yeah, once you get set up in a spot, I can respect that. Alright, here we go. Running in, getting hit, getting hit. Just need to pull 2 more. There should be 1 here, 1 there. Ah, I got stunned. That's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Oh, goodness. 65%, that's not bad. One time I came out of here at like 40 something. I was like, I'm gonna die. We gotta run far because they're not snared. That's why I have that regen on. Okay, here's 1 snare. Got the next one tab targeted. There's 2 snares. Interrupted myself. Oh my gosh, they caught up to me. Yeah, this is riskier. It's just better experience. Ah, fizzle and interrupt. What statics are you doing again? Yeah, make sure I stopped this time. Oh, goodness, I'm getting too close. I gotta be very careful here. I'm at 50%. Ah, I didn't have the right one targeted. 2 name giants under the fort? There's giants under that fort? Alright, 3rd one snared. I've been in that fort, but I've just pulled from the huts. I didn't know you could get underneath it. Tab was failing me there. In a tunnel. Interesting. Oh my gosh. I gotta get better at this. Okay, they're all snared. I have 7 minutes, 40 seconds on my... Because the problem with it taking me 2 minutes to get them all snared was that if the snares run out, I'm in trouble. Because I'm not going to have any mana to re-snare them. Okay, we're going to get them grouped up now. I have eaten, so I have returned. Ah. Okay, they're almost grouped. The good thing is there's no other pathing enemies for me to worry about here, with the exception of there's 1 dragon that paths around here that I just need to watch out for. Group up, team. Oh, there's the dragon. Oh goodness, they're close. Okay. Oof. Alright, they're all getting hit. The darkness kills me. I can't wait for that ultra vision spell. Where are they? There they are. They were pathing through the rock because it's EQ and enemies can walk through walls. I hear it stomping around. There it is. They don't look as grouped anymore. What happened? Wonder if the rock messed them up. This is a cursed quad kite. There's the dragon. There's two dragons. I thought there was only one. I need to head down here. I have 5 minutes left. I've had that quadding the giants at times. Yeah, this has been a pretty botched quad, but I need practice. Ah, fizzle. Fizzles mess you up, man. Where's that dragon? He's over there. Where are they? I don't want to pull them through the rock because it's going to mess up their pathing. There we go. If all goes wrong, you can run to Velks, yeah. As long as you're like... As long as your wolf form doesn't run out, you're generally pretty safe. Which is why I brought Endparse up. I've got an hour and 40 minutes on the wolf form, so... Because you can run all day long. You just don't want to get to a point with your health where your health is so low that you get slow. I think they're still grouped. We're at 22% on this one. If a serial killer is chasing you, you're both running for your life. That's a good one. That's a dad joke. How many kids do you have, Skyless? You have to have at least one kid to pull off that joke. Alright, this one's at 12. Now he's at 3. I gotta get one more cast in. Hopefully both of them die on this cast. Oh, he's still alive. We rolled the fanfare too soon. I don't even think it's worth checking these guys for loot. Yeah, they don't even drop anything. I one dropped a rune or something. Finished that with 10% mana to go. That's a flex. None actually, but sometimes I like to imagine how high my jokes will reach when that day arrives. Let's see. That was about 4 blues. Oh no, it was about 2 blues. But I'm 20% to 44. And then I was gonna look up. Oh shoot, Skiff, can you link that that wizard item again so I can do some searching on the wiki here? I'm gonna look that up and see what all it takes to do that. Star of Eyes. Star of Eyes. There we go. Clickable from inventory, usable by all classes, requires a target within range, does not aggro NPCs when cast on them. Warning, before you go and do this time-consuming quest, there is a range requirement for being able to use the clicky. The range is much less than spells like Root, Undead, Nuke. Tartan's Wheel. Starts in Everfrost Peaks. Okay, it looks like there's a lot of travel, but druids are good for travel. So you need to obtain the 10 rods and combine them in and they have it in red, temporary glowing chest. So you can't log out. If you do log out, you got to take the stuff out of them or else the stuff's probably going to poof. Azea, so you go to Otis. Oh, the checkboxes work on this one. The last wiki article I was on, when you click the checkbox, it just took you to a picture of the checkbox. Hida from Kinos Aqueducts. Okay, Everfrost, Wrathtier, High Pass, Guck, Oasis. So it's all in Antonica. Well, it's all in the old world, I should say. You go hail him, you get the glowing chest. Looks like you gotta go in Erid's Crossing to that shipwreck has a use. I always wonder what that shipwreck was for. I have a very vivid memory of being young and swimming up on that shipwreck to check it out and having all those zombies come after me. Everfrost, floor of the house in the back of the hidden cave, entered through the frozen river. Yeah, I didn't even know that was there. Lake Wrathtier in the stone tower. I think that stone tower is for the cleric epic. Or there's a tower out there that's for it, but might be a different one. Might be one of these. Dagners. It's all like underwater. So it looks like you just gotta go and pick all this stuff up. You're not having to like camp mobs. I had trouble on lower Guck for the rod. It works like the Chanter rod, but way less range. Harmony is your friend. Elguck for me was rough with no IVU. Yeah. So do you recommend the Star of Eyes or do you recommend the Shrunken Goblin Skull Earring? Because it looks like they both basically do the same thing for you. And I need to. Earring is better to get a feel, but you lose a slot. Oh yeah, okay. You can't click it from the inventory. I'm gonna put all my most commonly used spells here. That there, that there. Wolf form, I use that a lot. Levitate, I use that a lot. Camouflage. See Invis, I use that a lot. Drones. What is Fire Strike? That must be a nuke. But I use Combust because it's cheaper. Mm. I'll just leave Combust there. These are like old spells. I have some advice. Sure. Let's hear it. And Skip64 says earring is, or sorry, different situations. Earring is best for quad. Reset. You there, you there, you there. Shilla spikes. I could probably make a page for buffs and a page for nukes. Not nukes, but like offensive spells. An empty browser history reveals more than a full one. That is a good one. So I need Skin Like Diamond back up because it's running out. Jeez, that's an expensive buff. Lasts for an hour, though. Regen does not last very long. Just in a joking mood, that's good. That's good. It's 11 o'clock. The earring you don't have to target. Have to have a target. It just resets the star. Oh, it just resets the star. You have to and in range. I think I saw online someone said there was a way to hotkey like a macro to target yourself and click the item all in one key. Let me see. Here we go. So if you look here, say you have an insta-click item that requires targeting. Drag item to hotbar, left click and hold, make a shortcut key for hotbar, say Control F, make a macro that is /target care name, and then add the same shortcut for that macro. Now if I spam Control F a few times quickly in a row, I both target myself and cast the item. Do that for the Invis ring. Yeah, that helps. So it's a little bit more smooth versus like trying to click yourself and then. Let's see, I'm struggling on where to put this. That's 76% mana, and the Kodiaks have not respawned yet. But I have to have 100% to go. Probably should have buffed regeneration a little bit later. Man, I'm so excited to get the artwork. Stream's going to look totally different here come tomorrow. I'm super stoked. I'm going to have to figure out how to like link it all up. Did I specialize in Evo? Let me see. I wouldn't be surprised if I never even specialized. Evocation is 220. Alteration. Ugh. What was I thinking? You could definitely tell I made this guy when I was like a noob. I guess I'm a healer. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was doing a lot of grouping at the time, so that's why I did that. Kodiaks are back. I don't know. I'm I don't think you can reset that either. There's no like respec, is there? Because this game is ancient and oh, you can reset it. Really? I just figured because this game's so old, it's like, nope, you made your choice, man. You specialized in conjuration. Enjoy your summoned food and drink. NPC in the rose temple resets him to 50. You have to give him a gem. I'm gonna need to check that out. I don't know how these like scammers got my number, but I get a scam text like once a day. And it's always the same. It's like, "Hello, John. Would you like to go cycling?" And then you're like, "I'm not John." And they're like, "Oh, I'm a extremely attractive 21-year-old Asian model. But apparently it's fate that we've met, and even though I don't know anything about you, we should become best friends." I'm just like, get out of here. All right, let's go. Wonder if I can do a snare in here. Oh, I got interrupted. Okay. So the guide online said something about you were able to hit the back wall and snare, so I might try that next. There's one. Go, wolf. Run for your life, Scribbles. Let's see, that's close, that's close. Oh, I got him. Ooh, oh, he hit me. The last one to get snared. There's one coming up on me there. Alright, they're all snared. First try. That last attempt was totally scuffed. Alright, let's get them grouped. Come on out here. I don't want them in that rock. That rock slows them down and then they get split up. Go this way. I wanted to go right, but we're going to have to go left around them. You had to respec your cleric and your druid. What'd you put on your cleric? I figure alteration is the play there. Assuming evocation is the play for the druid, unless you're me. You think you're going to be a cleric. Alright, there we go. Now they're grouped. Boom. He was full on battle cleric with nukes. Dude, my cleric on Agnar was the same way. Like, I loved the battle cleric. He was so much fun. Like, I'm nostalgic for him right now. I wish I could play him. It's impossible to play that server without boxing, though. There's just not enough people. Yeah, you either have to be a boxer or you have to know boxers. Nuke. I thought I was going to get hit right there. In the PoP era, clerics get this, like, cool little hammer pet that, like, hits things, obviously. Killing undead on him is so nice. I have Dawnfire with the Banish Undead proc. That's so cool. I need to make a battle cleric. I should do a cleric solo self-found after the Necro's done. That would be fun. Battle cleric adventures. Got him the Sarnak Devastator. I'm going to look that up after this. Oh, they're close. I can hear them. I can hear their footsteps. Alright, this quad kite is going a lot better. I was at like 6 minutes on my snare of the first one last time before I even had them all snared. One of them's down. Such a great weapon, and if I ever level a cleric again, it procs stun at level 1. And fast. I'm gonna look that up. Maybe it'd be more fun to do like a solo twinked cleric than a solo self-found. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. I hear the dragon. Ah, dragon. What's that? There we go. I missed my hockey. It was late. Give me a break. Cut me some slack. Oh, come on. I'm still learning. Alright, let's go med. Let's look up the Sarnak Devastator. Blink. Park my little wolf behind up here on a nice safe little hill. Sarnak Devastator. I can't spell Devastator. Clearly. There we go. Drops in Chardock from Arch Inspector Nibizzi. It's a one-handed blunt with a 1220. Oh. 4,000 plat on blue. Unless you're this lucky person who somebody just wanted to get rid of it. Or your VX who apparently got it for 3. There's no way that's accurate. I don't know where this data comes from. I wish I did. On green, it's twice as much, naturally. And Chardock, level 56. Formerly dropped Pearly Sarnak Bangle, which was switched to Bauble. Drops level 50 spells. Drops the DMF spell for the Necro. Stamina 10, HP 35. And no longer drops. This is like a flex item. Whoever bought this for 40,000 is buying it because they have a lot of plat and they want to have an item that doesn't drop anymore. And he's in this alcove here. He's deep inside Chardock. That's cool. Sweaty people. Yeah, that's a sweaty, like, nerd flex. I have a item that doesn't drop anymore on a server that emulates a 24-year-old video game. Look at me. I've got only the finest of Elf Simulator wares. My robes are made of fine linen. What does he say? I have many leather-bound books. My office smells of rich mahogany. That sounds like Quorum. Oh, is Quorum like the sweaty server? Let me ask this. Are there items on Quorum that you could be getting right now that potentially would sell on eBay 10 years from now for like $1,000? Like mana stones? Will people trade Adderall for these items later? Because they actually did that on Project 1999. A player got banned for selling his Adderall for platinum. P99 has a history. People racing to get legacy items. Yep, they're out there camping the mana stones. Or there's that. There's a quest. I think it's in Highhold. And when every TLP ever comes out, people line up, and there will be like a line of people sitting, and they'll wait for days to turn in this quest. I can't remember what the item is though. I don't know. FOMO, man. FOMO makes people do weird things. Quorum could shut down in a year, and you spent all that time farming mana stones. How much experience did I get for that quad kite? 3 blues, 2 blues. I seen some stuff. I just heard Quorum was kind of like like janky. Mana Stones, GBS, J Boots, GBS. Which one was that? I forget which one that is. I've heard that before. So much med time. Glowing, yeah, glowing blackstone. I think I had that on Agnar when it first launched. Oh no, I didn't. Drops from Pisgin in Kinos Hills. A elusive level 13. I've seen her actually. Hand only glows if she has the stone. Lore primary, secondary, int +9. I mean that's so here. Perfect example of why like the Kunark only Necromancer sounded so cool, but is in reality not that cool. Is there's nothing like this for me to go try to get. There's no like awesome int +9 item at my level. People are forming queues because they up the spawn rate. Yeah, on my Ixar Kunark only Necro, there's like no good items that drop. Like I could go farm her if I wasn't Kunark only. It's classic like what I thought I was gonna be doing and what I'm actually doing, two different things. I figured there would be decent like quest gear and loot that I could go out and get, but looking through the wiki, there's only like a couple things I can get at lower level, and everything is in like Seb. So my Ixar only Necro is going to be pretty much rocking the same stuff till he can go to Seb. Have a Necro parked in Kerns. I wanted to do Kerns on him, and it's just too camped on green. And like right here. So this is why like I should have rolled. And if I ever do another solo self found, I'm going to roll them on blue. Because there's only 3 people in Kerns right now. A 17, an 18, and a 15. So why I didn't roll on blue, I don't know. Probably just because I'm used to playing on green. But that was not a very well thought out move. Because on green, I am like fighting for spawns. I mean, last night I had this freaking bard taking half the zone, which I don't know if that's even allowed. P and P. Let me Google, or there's no reference to, sorry for the audio there. I don't know why Windows audio is so loud. There's no reference to swarm kiting in the PNP. Play nice policy. Here's a Reddit post from 2016. Policy on Bard swarm kiting. That's funny. This is funny. This post is like some bard started yelling at him because like he was killing stuff, and then the bard came and took everything, and then the bard ended up dying. Somebody says it could be counted as zone disruption. GMs usually ask players to use common sense, work out the issues. So, I mean, potentially I could have asked the bard, like, hey, can you swarm kite somewhere else, I guess. Bards swarm everywhere from EW, FV, Com, Velks, Burning Woods. Yeah, I'm not trying to sound too salty here, but it, like, I think it's just poor design. I think bards should get a negative speed penalty for every mob that they have aggroed on them. They swarm inside? I can't imagine how you would swarm in a dungeon. That right there is why instances became a thing. Alright, so I'm waiting on 100% mana here. There we go, move that out of the way of my overlay. The snare is insane. I mean, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like, it's annoying, but they're all going to develop arthritis. So maybe I should pity them? I don't know how people do it. I don't know how they play for hours like that. Like, I was playing Lord of the Rings online yesterday, and the character I have is very, like, uh, button intensive. And after, like, an hour, my wrist was just killing me. Unless they're, like, 21 years old and they haven't destroyed their wrists yet from playing too many games. But I doubt anybody that age is playing this game. Maybe a few, but not very many. Alright, I got my regen back up, so just waiting on this. Yeah, I have arthritis and other things. Same. I have, well, I don't know if it's arthritis, carpal tunnel. There's something wrong with my right wrist. To where the Xbox controller, like I was playing a lot of Diablo 2 earlier this year with the controller, thinking like, oh, that's great. I can finally play with the controller. My wrist won't hurt. And then it just hurt in a different place. I wonder if we could start him out snared. Like he's gonna make it. He's gonna get at least one hit on me as I'm coming out. We can run past you. I guess he's gonna social. And he's snared, and we just need to grab you. At least we have two snared. That's a little bit smoother. Oh, I don't want to cast yet. That's a little bit better. That's way less hectic. And now they're all snared. And the last one is just now making his way out of the cave. Wait for me, guys. I want to kill the wolf. I like watching them all come towards you like that. They look so silly. Look how they're doing the they have invisible lat syndrome. They're like, "Arr." I watched a video of a guy that was like walking down the street like that, and these two ladies were walking towards him, and they didn't move out of his way, and he literally hit both of them. I think it happened in the UK actually. He punched one in the chest, and this poor old lady like doubled over. I was just like, dude, there's got to be something wrong with that person to do that. Okay, here we go. Now they're grouped. But yeah, I developed like bad wrist pain from playing Diablo 2, and it stinks because I was doing solo self-found on Diablo 2, not on stream, just playing it quietly in my own home, and I had an Enigma where like all my characters could teleport. I had all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, the Enigma took me like 16 hours to farm just doing LK runs. I had done like 1,500 Mephisto runs. I had almost everything. I was going for the Holy Grail. I was going for like every single item in the game. Unique item. And I figured that would be a cool thing, and then I would make like a recap video on YouTube. It was going to be so awesome. And then my wrist just, oh no, I interrupted my cast. My wrist just started hurting so bad to the point where that's why I started playing old school RuneScape, because I could play it with my left hand. And it's such a slow paced game that I could do like left hand only and it wasn't a big deal. Luckily, it's gotten better. EQ and WoW don't cause me that kind of pain. I think it was just the controller. But I had to take like 3 weeks off from just video games, period. I was playing like chess, a lot of chess on my phone. But it was getting bad. Like if I would, when I was in the gym and I was trying to do bicep curls, I would almost like drop my weight because my arm would seize up. Where are they? I want to pull them through the rock. Where'd they go? This zone is repopping now. What the hell? What happened? I'm like, I'm floored. It said this zone is repopping now. The ring war was finished a while ago, I think. That's why the enemies were back. That's super frustrating. I was 50% through a kite. It's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes worth of meditating. Dude, that's frustrating. Yeah, Doe is right. That's is the ring war you camp here a lot. Is the ring war very common or is this just kind of like it just so happens to be the day that people are doing it? There's nobody here. There's only 3 players in this zone. So it's not like somebody started a new ring war. Just hit 98%. It's normally planned. Yeah, it seemed like it was like a Sunday morning thing. I mean, there was like 100 people here. I should have went and watched. That would have made it for a cool like YouTube video. 98%, man. You've made 3%. That's good. Riot and Axiom. I'm guessing the end game is a little bit more uh, smoothed out now that blue is less populated. But back in the day when I first started on blue, the end game was a nightmare. Like entire guilds were getting banned for doing shady stuff and like disrupting other guilds from raiding. Like it was pretty bad. There's a lot of drama. Rants and Flames, RNF, the forum was just like constantly awash with guild drama. I guess the silver lining is at least it happened halfway through the kite and not at the end. I could only imagine if I was like had them all for it, 10%, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, they're gone. I think there's still bitterness. I don't care. Yeah, I'm not too big on the end game either. It would be kind of neat to do. I'm not gonna lie. I started to get kind of like jelly a little bit. I was like, man, I want to do that. I want to do the ring war. That looks cool. Because I've never experienced that on P99. I've never done the end game. A lot of sweaty people, yeah. They get down on the elf sim. They want them pixels. I can raid, but I choose not to. Yeah, definitely at 59. I think you can start raiding technically at 46. I don't know if people do. I think that's the minimum level to go into the plains. I don't really even understand the raid progression in P1999 anyway. Like Old World, Finagel, and Kedge, Plane of Sky. Yeah, these are the only two that I know about. Nagafen and Vox, and then Plane of Hate and Plane of Fear. Inaruk and Kazik. Kunark, Master Yale in the hole. I didn't know there was a raid boss in the hole. Veneral Sather, he's in Carners. Shardock Royals, Dragons, and then Vishans. Velius is obviously is a lot more raid heavy. Like, look at all of this. That was when EverQuest had matured to the point where it was very much an end game, starting to get to that end game focus. You need Veneral Sather's remains for your epic. I don't understand why it said repopping the zone and there's no repops either. Yeah, and a few corrupted and boss fights. What does the Druid epic do? It's a clicky, is it? I forget the name of it. I've only done one epic. Nature Walker Scimitar, clicky effect, Wrath of Nature. Oh, it's a clicky dot. Clicky dot, clicky snare. With no cast time. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. I kinda want that. That would be really awesome to have. Where are the Kodiaks? Druids are just fun. Yeah, this is totally empty in here. They're gonna all spawn at once, aren't they? Would have been a big help at 50. Is it one of those things where getting it done at 50 is like near impossible though? I guess probably not. You could raid. You probably have to have a lot of help. I might as well rebuff. I'm just sitting here. Druid Epic Quest. Must kill a variety of corrupted creatures. Corrupted Sea Fury is nearly impossible for a druid to solo. Bring a necromancer friend as he is a dragon. Maybe not. Necromancer friend is he's easy to fear kite. Corrupted Seahorse. That's probably in Kedge. Somebody did solo him. Corrupted Brownie. And Lesser Fade Arc. Brownies are nasty. I would say is impossible for a druid to solo. Those things are awful. Kill a Black Reaver or buy a Jade Reaver. I think I have this in my bank actually. So maybe somebody gave. Dude, I have this in my bank. And it's worth 4,000 plat. How the hell did I get that? Must kill Veneral Sather, which requires a small raid. Ulump Poljuk. You have to kill a Froglock. And Fadedar. Water Dragon and TD. Respawn time is 7 days. Damn. And then you got to do all this other stuff. Looks like you do a lot of whatever, running around. Druids have an easy time with that. And then you kill all these corrupted items or enemies, get their stuff, then kill the raid mobs in Kunark. Where's Venerable Sather? Kill Gorilla. Oh, that's up here. Goodness. That's very involved. Some of my guild have it on the 50 plus Druid alts, and a 60 Shaman friend killed the Brownie. You've done a lot of it. Good luck, man. I hope it works out. I hope you're able to finish it. Where are the mobs? Oh no, they did. We are at war. We are at war. This is killing me. This is twice today that I've gotten borked by. Uh, twice that I've gotten borked by this stupid ring war, and this is very much the best spot I think for me to go. What time is it? It's 11:40. I got to get my girlfriend at 1, so I have about an hour left. Yeah, another ring war. Jeez. So I only made it like 25% in, and I've been streaming for 3 hours. So that's like 3 hours. I've only made 25% towards 44. Mainly because of this stuff. Hmm. I just want my own box. No, don't nuke yourself. Where is it? Sow yourself. So note to self, don't try to quad in Great Divide when on Sunday morning. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing a little grouping to try to get some more experience. There we go. So last time somebody actually whispered me and said, "Hey, there's going to be a ring war. Just a heads up." So I was able to pour it out and go do something else. Like I didn't get caught mid quad kite, but they actually said they were the reason why they knew was because the same thing happened to them. So they decided to let me know. This camp looks open. Which one? Which of these guys? I can just do this camp. This is Citizens of Kalimdor, right? Citizens of Butcherblock. Let's see. Kaladin Citizens. And it is, let's see, Tagnus. He is not on here. Okay, it's these ones that are apprehensive. So Den Iron Blend. Is that guy gonna aggro if I pull these other guys? It's probably her, Dalbar, Lan. I think it's these three. Is there anybody in here? He's amiable, so it's those three. I could just do these three. But here's what I want to know. If I pull her, is that guy gonna come? Nope. Okay. Let's see. Probably should have thought that through. Just pull her up here. Okay, dinner calls. Need to AFK at the camp. Yeah, I hope you don't lose it. Have a good dinner. Yeah. Okay, she's mad. There's 3 here, so it's not a quad, it's a tri-kite. So, I have nothing relevant to add, but I am here for moral support. Always appreciated, Skyless. At least you're seeing a different aspect of EQ today versus the Necro Fear kiting. This is Druid quad kiting. Similar in idea. You're not actually shouldn't be taking damage. You're just using all of your tools. And then here you can see I just group them all up into a nice tight little group to where they're like on top of each other. They all look the same. That's funny. They all have the same model. You just group them all up and then you throw a nuke on them. A AoE nuke, so it'll hit all 3. And then I have a speed buff, you can see here, Spirit of Wolf, so that's why they can't catch me. And they're snared, so they run slower. It's a relatively safe and effective strategy for druids to solo their way up. If you ever plan on playing P99, I recommend you play a druid. I think they are the best beginner-friendly class. And they get teleports, so you just want to explore the world and see what all's out there, do quests, be more or less a tourist in the game, even if you don't plan on really fully committing to it. I think you start getting teleports at level 18 or 19, somewhere in there. So you're able to just kind of tool about, go wherever you want to, do whatever you want to. Tired of Temu ads, I blocked a video, and then 3 videos later, there's another one. I'm sorry, man. Rain down thunder upon these dwarves. I like watching them all fall over at once. These bronze axes sell for 3 plat apiece. Ooh, I got some dwarf blood. Obviously slows me down when I have all of them on me. I'm going to see if there is a merchant here. If there is, I'm going to sell them. If not, I'm just going to drop them. You're not a merchant. There's nobody in here. The degens have won the internet. They've always won the internet. Oh, there is a merchant here. Sweet. This is why people like doing this camp. They make money while they do it. I don't think I need the dwarven blood. I'll save their meat. Chill dagger I don't need. Rune of expulsion I don't need. Words of detachment I don't need. Faded Soul's writ. Alright. And we can just hang out here and watch for them to come, and at least the experience bar is moving. It's not, this is not nearly as good experience as the Velius area, but dude, 2 ring wars messing me up this morning. I mean, you think an app that doesn't allow full nudity would make an attempt at blocking that stuff, then give me a survey. Did I like the video? You're like, no. No, I didn't. That's not what I wanted. This office is staying nice and cool, man. I don't even have the fan on, and I have my window open. Can't wait to get that boom mic. I got plenty of real estate in here to set it up. Right over here, I can just... Or I could even bring it in from under, so it's like up like that. I can rant all day about that, but I will stop for now. Ah. Nose is itching. So this is slower experience. It's not nearly as fast as Great Divide. It's a little bit less risky. At least it's moving. Oh yeah, this shows my mana too. Nice. I'm glad I switched over to this from the old interface. Whoops. I don't know what I just... Oh, it's changing the DPI on the mouse. Okay. Till I get triggered again, then I may complain a bit. Why does it keep doing this? Stop. Oh my gosh. Why why does it keep doing that? Oh, it's like trolling me too. There. I couldn't get to the tray to like turn that app off because it kept popping up in the way, and then I would like close it, and then I would about get the app closed, I'd like right click it, and as soon as I got to quit, it would be like boom, here it comes again. I don't think I need my silver or my copper. Tooth of the Kobolds. Oh yeah, you need that for teleporting. Ooh, I'm running out of bat wings for my levitate. Need to find those. Find a vendor that sells them. The downside to the Druid quad kiting is this right here. You just spend a lot of time meditating. Whole lot of time sitting. Definitely got to have something up on the second monitor. It's so funny how they basically made this game like a time sink so that people wouldn't finish the game too soon and then cancel their subscriptions. They're like, oh, I know, just make the mana regen miserably slow so everybody will spend more time sitting doing nothing. And I like how WoW took that and they were like, you know what? Like, we'll make it so you can run out of mana, but whenever the fight's over, you're going to get your mana back. So you're not spending 5 minutes between fights. feel like at one point I thought EQ was superior to WoW because it was like more original, more old school. And then I realized that EQ or WoW does everything EQ did just a little bit better. If I trigger any fanboys, I'm sorry, but I uh I love this game. It'll always have a special place in my heart. I'll still play it probably up until the day I die, but I can definitely recognize that WoW did fix a lot of its shortcomings. And rightfully so. Because if you look into it, Jeff Kaplan made a forum post. I can't pull it up on stream because he used a lot of expletives, but basically it was fix your game or I'm going to make a better game. If you don't oh no, he didn't say I'll make a better game. He just said if you don't fix Looklyn, you jackasses will be the only ones playing Planes of Power. He was ranting. Holy smokes. I swear I have run into Jeff Kaplan on this server. I swear I've seen a guy named Tiggle. I could be wrong. I'm back. That was a fast dinner. Hopefully it was good. I'm making brats and noodles tonight. I don't understand the basics of EQ, but I can be triggered. I do like classic WoW too. That's my favorite era of WoW. Pre TBC is the best. Post TBC or even TBC eras, it's still good. After TBC, into Wrath was like kind of it's starting to get a little dicey. They made some changes, but it's still like a pretty good game. It's not like, whoa, what are you guys doing? And then Kata comes out and it's like, whoa, what are you guys doing? The one thing I did like about Kata was the heroics were like actually heroic. Like those shits, they were hard. It was a super hard 5-man game. But yeah, overall I agree. Kata was a well, I don't know. We look back on it and we think it's a disaster, but like I guess we'll see when they do Kata Classic because I'm sure they're doing Kata Classic. Maybe we just judge it a little bit more harshly than it needs to be. Skyless says Classic WoW is good, but Wrath was the best time for me. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy Wrath. But it was a little bit like the frogs sitting in the pot of boiling water. Like they were turning the heat up, and I'm still sitting in the boiling water going like, is it hotter? I don't know. Like they were making changes, and then Kata was like where they just cranked the heat up and started boiling the pot, and you're like, whoa, I'm jumping out of this pot. That was my point, to jump out of the pot. Classic is definitely my favorite though. Like OG Vanilla WoW, it was built as a world versus the expansions, uh, just adding and adding and adding. There's talk of Classic Plus at BlizzCon. Hmm. Let's talk about Classic Plus. I would love to see a well executed Classic Plus where they don't change the game, they just add to the game. The thing is, I'm not a Blizzard like believer. Like that company has burned me so many times. The only time they didn't burn me was with Classic in 2019. Like that was the only time I was like, dude, they're actually doing a good job. I actually knew the guy who made Classic. I rated with him, and he was very adamant. They were holding the line. No changes, no changes. They may have to make a few changes. That's okay. The changes they made were like very decisive. Like, for example, the Scarab Lord quest. There was an NPC that you had to do a turn in, but people could mark him as like at war with his faction, and they could continue to pull him. If you watch Barney 64's videos, he's like trying to turn in this quest. They made it so you couldn't aggro that NPC anymore. That's fine. That's a good change. That's an okay change. And their team was very adamant about only doing changes like that. And then obviously as we got further into TBC and then Wrath of the Lich King, now we're seeing even more changes. But to go back to my original point, Classic Plus, I just don't have a lot of faith that Blizzard will actually pull it off. I feel like they could try, and they're just going to make it like, bleh. It's not going to be any good. And then what they're going to do is no one's going to like it, no one's going to play it or whatever, and they're going to go, see, we told you wouldn't want this. And it's like, no, we did want it, you just messed it up. If you want a good example of a Classic Plus that was done right, check out Turtle WoW. It's a private server. It's very easy to download, wink wink. What are you doing, bro? It's very easy to download and get into. Yep, spots camped, bro. Trying to be polite. Seen peg leg. No. Microsoft bring back Blizzard North. I was getting really defensive over my camp. I'm like, I am not moving camps again. Where's the rest of them? I kind of pulled her a little prematurely because I was worried about him pulling her. Peg leg is a static. Yeah, I don't even know who that is. Do I need to pull her through this building? No, it's this one here. They should know where he is. Yeah, if he doesn't even move. I want to see 3 dwarves. There we go. Run from the dwarves. I was just like, go away. I don't want to lose this camp. I can't deal with another defeat. Dang, she just whacked me for 88 with that axe. Fuck. I stopped. I swear, like, I stopped. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. Oh, this is bad. Oh my gosh. It's like you're interrupted. I think it's lag. Okay, there we go. Oh, watch out for the water. Let's get them grouped up. Yeah, if they do Classic Plus, which here's the thing I didn't really get to because Werewolf interrupted me is if they do Classic Plus, that's going to involve Blizzard actually putting effort into Classic. Like real true effort, not just like, oh, we release the patches on time and we play test them and make sure that they work right, but like somebody made those patches years ago. They don't have to remake anything. They just have to make sure it works. And they've done a good job at that. Classic Plus, they're actually going to have to make new content. So I don't know if their team is large enough to do that yet, or if they're going to be having to like hire more artists or not hire, but basically vector artists over from other projects. Blizzard D4 exactly. Like, how many times in the last 10 years have you, or 12, 13, whenever, have you bought a Blizzard product and it was just like not good? And sure, they do. They eventually get it right. Diablo 3, like, perfect example. Diablo 3 was really rocky at the start. And it took them like 2.5 years to get it to where it was like a good game. And now I think it's a good game. I like Diablo 3. Like I'll always say that Diablo 3 is a good game. D4, same thing. Like and so Blizzard, they get everybody like hyped up. Oh, don't get me wrong, Skip. When I say it's a good game, I mean like it's an objectively like solid product. Like it's not buggy. It may not appeal to everybody, especially older people like us that play D2 a lot. But as far as like it being a game that you can pay money for and be like, okay, like I paid money for this and it works and it's playable. It may not appeal to me, but there is good things about it. But yeah, D4, same thing. Like they really screwed the pooch with D4. And so that's my concern with Classic Plus. But I do know at least one person still on the Classic team, and he does like care deeply for Classic. Not as much as what was his name? I'll have to look it up. I know his real life name, but I know him more by his in-game name, and I don't want to dox him on stream. But the original producer for Classic really cared about Classic. Like I had him in Discord one night, and we talked for like 2 hours about Classic and development and all that. And you could just hear it in his voice, like how much he cared about the project. If they bring people like that into the Classic Plus team, and they have people who really truly care about it, and they're not just there like just a job. Or Mal was the other one. I don't know his real life name. He's still on the team. He cares about uh, Classic as well. But if they bring people in like that, then it might turn out good. Whoops, I don't need to do ensnare. Sorry, I got like really excited there about talking about Classic Plus. I personally would love to see Classic Plus and would love to see it done right. Just don't think they're gonna do it right. And once again, that's gonna require them to actually like put effort into it, and it's not even to the detriment of the team that they didn't put a lot of effort into Classic. It's the company itself going, we're only going to give you the resources to do just enough because we're not going to spend the money on this Classic server. And essentially, they just see Classic as more or less a cash cow where they can continue to re-release servers and make money, kind of like EQ TLPs. Like once a year, pump out a server. It's already the same thing. We've already developed it. It's like cut and paste, Control X, Control V, and we have more money. And that's what Classic was envisioned to be. So I would be honestly shocked if they actually do real Classic. Like do it justice. Classic Plus. Oof. Bring my heart rate down a little bit. Very passionate about that subject. D4 was better than Starfield. I knew one guy that played Starfield and he really liked it. I don't know. I personally I don't buy games when they come out because I'm always disappointed. Brian Birmingham. That was his name. Brian Birmingham was the guy that I played WoW Classic with. Cared about it so much. Super cool dude. Super friendly. Like in all his interviews, if you watch his interviews, that's how he is in real life. Or at least that's how he was in Discord. It's unfortunate he got sacked by Blizzard, but he had to make a decision. He had to stand by his principles. I will rip on Starfield and the disappointment I felt any day. That's why I don't spend money on games. Like very rarely. I'd probably count on one hand the number of games I've spent full price on in the last 10 years. I waited and got Cyberpunk recently on sale with the expansion. What a great game now. Cyberpunk is a 10 of 10 game. I'm glad they pulled that like out of the fire. There's been a few games like that. Um, the space, not Starfield, the other space one, it was a huge flop. Uh, the whole thing was like you can fly through space, you can go to any planet you can see, and then everybody bought it, and it was like there was like nothing to do. Like, yeah, you can go to that planet, and there's like nothing to do. What was that game? No Man's Sky. That was one of those. Yeah, no, yeah, good skip. That was one of those that everybody is like, this is trash. The development for that apparently was uh, pretty messed up. I guess the developer, if I'm thinking of the right game, if I'm thinking of the same one, oh no, I'm thinking of Peter Molyneux, but I think the developer did the same thing. Like the for No Man's Sky would do the same thing where he would say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have this feature," and the rest of the development team was like, "What? We are?" He would like go on an interview and say, "Yeah, we're gonna have this. We're gonna have this," and try to hype things up, and then the development team would be like, "I guess we're gonna have to get to work on that now." Starfield is just a copy and pasted Fallout 4 with like one new mechanic, and I didn't like Fallout 4. And it's very good now, I hear, an all free upgrade. Hmm. I didn't really like Fallout 4 either. I played a little Fallout 76, and a lot of people trashed on that one. That was another game that came out bad, but I think it's gotten better. What can we do with the channel points? Highlight my message. 76 is decent, but 4 is just not. So I got 76. I didn't actually buy it. It was on Game Pass. I got 76 and played it with my dad. He likes that game. Or he did. I don't know if he plays it anymore. I like it. It for what it is. Like I don't look at it as um I mean, I approached it without any expectations and I'm like, "Yeah, this is kind of fun." It's a little bit like Diablo, you got the random loot. It's a little bit like Fallout. It's a little bit like Rust. You get to build your own house. If you approach it kind of like a kid of like, "Oh, neat. What's over here? Oh, cool," and not thinking like this needs to be the best ever. It's pretty good. Skiff 99% in. I wish like I want to come to Frontier Mountains when you level to 60, but I don't know. It's 12:08 and I have to leave in like 30 minutes. I want to be there. What's the closest teleport? Oh, my gate is FV. That's not that far. Come and give me a Planet of the Growth if you dig in time. I'll be back. I just have to go get her. She's gonna come home, do her thing, wind down, and then I'm gonna cook dinner, see if we can watch a little Harry Potter early. That way, if my stream artwork package comes in around 6, like the Fiverr website is telling me, then I can jump back over here, get my new overlays up so I don't have these ugly freebie overlays that I'm getting tired of looking at. I don't even know why I chose these colors. Games don't have to be the best ever, but they need to be enjoyable more than an hour. I agree. Longevity is good. Don't have to come here, just need a buffer after. I'm a druid, so I can't buff you any better than you can buff yourself, unfortunately. If I was down for making a chanter on blue, I would. But my chanter's on green. Oh, an XP, yeah, you gotta get that like 10% so you don't get flattened and then you gotta go back and farm the experience again. Although at 60 with as a druid, it's probably not hard to get a res. You lose 17% if you die at 60. That's a lot. Oh, but 60 is not a hell level, right? Like 59 is like a uber duber hell level uber duber. Is that is that a freaking why did I say that? Uber duber. That's the quote for the day. 59 is triple hell. It's an uber duber hell, man. Why is the size so big? There we go. Oh, it got tiny. Oh, it's so blurry. Ah, whatever. I'm just goofing around because I got all kinds of time to sit here and wait for dwarves to respawn. Triple hell level, so once you hit 60, you're going to be able to actually get the experience a lot quicker, and you won't be grinding out. 17% if it was a triple hell level would take you like another week. I'm glad they didn't do that. That's something I could definitely see the EQ devs doing. Let's make it even worse. Once they hit 60, they got a quadruple hell. Super uber duper. Alright, I'm done. I know. Bad jokes, I'm sorry. Ah, I know. Do you not pull the other solo one? Where are they? Which one is it? Actually, I'm just ignorant to what the other one is. Is it this guy? Tagnus? No, he's con an ally. This one here is a red. Around the back? See, like up here? There's some goblins up here. Oh, I think I see it. I'm like kind of scared if I'll pull her next. We'll just wait for this one to respawn. I'll pull her on the next go. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, at night it's probably like, oh, running through the woods, getting chased by angry dwarves. I'm just trying to get to 44 here. It's odd I don't play EQ, but I'll sit here for hours watching it. You've seen a good like diverse spread now, or I think if you've caught any of my enchanter streams, which I haven't done a enchanter stream in a while, then you'll have seen some good diversity in EQ gameplay. The only thing you haven't seen is a melee. I don't play melee. Too expensive. Alright, she's up. They're still conning apprehensive. Alright, they're all 3 up. I'm just gonna yank her, pull her through this building. I should see 3 dwarves come out the other side. Because mobs and EQ can teleport through walls. Oh, I probably shouldn't have snared him. Because now they're going to take forever. But whatever. They don't leash. I remember you had mentioned Skyless, like, why don't they leash in this game? This is kind of... Leashing would break some of these strats that you can do. Snare's okay, gives you time, okay. That's true, yeah, they'd be like right behind me right now. Unless they can teleport through the mountain. Which I've never seen a mob do, but I wouldn't be surprised. They come over the top of the mountain, of course they do. Jeez. This game. I mean, they are dwarves. They probably have, like, sturdy climbing boots. They probably have crampons. I need to buy a set of crampons. I've got micro spikes. No crampons. I have no idea where they're at. It is a little spooky. They're somewhere up in that hill, like, running towards me at a slow rate of speed. They're probably just gonna... One of the things on P99 is they'll, like, teleport right on top of you if they're up in a mountain or something. They're just gonna be, like, beating on me in a second. Am I interested in Ashes of Creation? Very much so. I'm also kind of broke, though. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to swing that. Especially with Christmas coming up. I got 5 kids. I got 5 kiddos that need some presents. Here they are. There's 2 of them. There's 3. Where's 4? Yeah, they just like came out of the mountain. What the heck? There's the 4th one. Okay. Water. Oh, jeez, that was 25% of my health. 92, 92, 28, 37, and 33. Goodness. Totally give me a key, but you can't swing that either. Yeah, I definitely don't, man. That's like way too much. Yeah, they hurt. I'm like scared now. I'm scared to try to group them up. I just didn't want to go in the water and start swimming because my swimming skill is probably like 3. Goodness. Run them around. There we go. All right, they're nice and tightly grouped. Let's get some copious amount of distance between us. I feel like I interrupted this one. Nope, it went off. This game is so silly when you think about it. Can you imagine being these dwarves? A halfling pops into your house and makes your boots all muddy so you can't run after him. And then you chase him through a mountain. And then he starts calling down lightning bolts on you. I mean, I could swing that, but I would be putting pressure on you to play the game. I'd feel like, well, I would feel obligated to play at that point, but yeah, so I guess that's your point. Um, no, I just need to stuff away some cash, and then it's probably. I definitely am interested in doing it because it'd be one of those things where I get in kind of early and I could stream it early, so there's gonna be a lot of buzz around it, and it is the MMocracy, right? Like I'm not just an EQ stream, I do WoW. We talk about different MMOs. Ooh, resist. That's gross. I don't know if they're pushing too much. It's definitely interesting. Lightning cam. Boom. 5 kids. Yeah, I gotta buy them all Christmas presents. I pay a pretty hefty portion of money for child support. It's all good. Goes for a good cause. I've been sinking some money in my vehicle here lately, making sure that it's well maintained. I'm gonna have to get tires, and I also want to take a mountaineering course in the spring. Woo, that was close. You have unlimited playtime. Yeah, I want to do Ashes. Because, like I said, there would be a lot of buzz around it at the beginning. Is there only one? No, I think there's two. Boom. Oh, she didn't combust that woman. Owned. I need to do that. I need to make a scene that has the Gran Turismo wasted. Wasted. Tires, car insurance, and service. Yeah. So I just did $900 in service, and then my tires will probably be another 1,200 in around the first of the year. So that's a good chunk of money. And then I have a few things that I do want to buy for the stream as well. So I mean it's and then Christmas, that's why I'm saving cash right now. But I am grateful, man. I used to when I was like 18, 19 with my first wife, our water heater went out and let me do this. Our water heater went out and we had like no money to fix it. Because since we were living in like a 40-year-old, well, it was probably about 30-year-old trailer, like mobile home. I think she bought it for like $6,000. Like it wasn't good to begin with. She fixed it up a little bit, and the water heater went out, and then we were like taking showers at the YMCA. Uh, Finally figured that out, got that fixed. I had to install this water heater. Did a terrible job at it because I was 18 and didn't know what the hell I was doing. Um, and then at one point I was working at this like Tractor Supply type place. I've told this story on stream before where I worked there and this kid ran into a tree, his car burnt, he died. Anyway, different story. Um, One point I got my paycheck. I went to the bank, I cashed my paycheck, and then she and I went to lunch. We went to Taco John's. If you've ever been to Taco John's, freaking amazing. If you haven't been, try it. I love it. Anyway, we were sitting there at lunch and we're like divvying out the bills. So we're like, okay, here's power bill, here's a water bill, here's this, here's that. And Taco John's was like, that's like cheap fast food. And this is back when fast food actually was cheap. Now it's like, shit, give me your kidney and you can have this freaking thing that used to be on the dollar menu. But anyway, We finished that. We had lunch, and then we had $50. Like I had a single $50 bill left, and we had to use that for groceries, and it had to last for 2 weeks. And I was like, dude, $50 for us to make it 2 weeks. And she had two kids of her own too. That was freaking miserable. And right about that point, I was like, I got to do something. So that's when I joined the military. Things got a lot better from then. So I don't do bad now. I do pretty good. But uh, I always remember that when I think about money. And so whenever I'm like, man, I don't have the money to buy new tires and go to this cool mountaineering school in Washington for 3 weeks, it's kind of like, well, yeah, but at least I have hot water in my house. And at least I'm not trying to figure out how to feed four people on $50 for 3 weeks. So definitely grateful for that. Military man through and through. Yeah, actually, my boss that was from the UK, he was in the British Royal Navy, and then he moved to Orlando, and I worked for him down there. He was a big reason why I joined. He was like, "You need to join the military. You need to get paid properly. You work too hard, or whatever." So he kind of planted the idea in my head, and I'd always kind of thought about it. So I wasn't into drugs. I wasn't like, I wasn't a criminal. So like, I had the option. The option was open. And he kind of pointed me in that direction. And then my uncle was in the Air Force, and he pointed me in that direction. So after that $50 experience, I was like, yeah, I got to do something. This stinks. We figured it out though. We ate on $50 for like 2 weeks. Because this is back when the banquet chicken dinners were a buck a piece. You get 10 for $10. So we got like 20 of those, but we didn't eat good. We got a ton of macaroni and cheese, ramen, just that kind of crap. All right, stream. I'm not going to bring the webcam focus back up because I just did that. But let me say one thing. I'm super grateful for everybody that showed up here. I'm super grateful for my recurring viewers, Skiff, Skyless, and then everybody else who didn't show up. They'll probably show up tonight. This has been a great experience so far, and it's so nice to start getting that recurring viewer base, people to socialize with, people to hang out with. So I'm very humbled that you all choose to spend your time here versus the umpteen other thousand places you can go on Twitch. And I'm not looking at this viewer count and going, it's only like 3 people. I'm going like, dude, there's 3, 4 people who like choose to come watch me over all the other choices that they have and listen to me talk. So trust me when I say I'm super humbled and super grateful for y'all to be here. I'll probably be back about 3 p.m. Pacific time, so in about 3 hours, 2, 3 hours. And Skiff, you're probably gonna hit 60. Yep, you probably won't be on. I would expect you're probably gonna hit 60 and then head to bed. But definitely great chatting with you this morning. Good luck getting to 60. And thanks for catching the stream. Read these comments real quick. Skiff never served. His father and grandfather did. Just wanted to work and earn cash. And then Skyless smacked with some things that disqualify. But yeah, life is a process. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. I'm not going to rehash it all again. Just glad to have.